In the scorching, silent deserts of Saudi Arabia, where few dare to explore and where the wind sweeps through ancient sands, something remarkable has emerged. Beneath layers of dust and centuries of forgotten history, a shocking discovery has just come to light. And it's not just religious scholars or archaeologists talking about it. The ones who found this weren't looking for God. In fact, they didn't even believe in him. They were atheists, scientists simply searching for history, for facts, for truth hidden in the desert. But what they uncovered now has the scientific world in absolute shock, and many are beginning to panic. Before we go any further, take a moment to subscribe to our channel. We share fascinating stories that bring science, faith, and ancient archaeology together in a way you've never seen before. Now, let's take you into the heart of the desert. For many years, the traditional site of Mount Sinai, the place where Moses received the Ten Commandments, has been believed to be in Egypt's Sinai Peninsula. It's a popular tourist location, and many pilgrimages take place there each year. But there's one problem. There's never been solid archaeological evidence to support that belief. No ancient inscriptions, no signs of an Israelite encampment, no matching geographical features. The Bible tells us something important in Exodus chapter 3, verse 1. It says that when Moses fled Egypt, he lived in the land of Midian with his father-in-law Jethro. And Midian was not in Egypt. It was in what is now northwestern Saudi Arabia. This changes everything. In the late 1980s, a man named Ron Wyatt, who wasn't a professional archaeologist, but rather a medical nurse with a deep passion for the Bible, ventured into Saudi Arabia. He followed clues from scripture and ancient records and came upon a mysterious mountain called Jabal al-Lawz. He believed this was the true Mount Sinai. The mountain had a blackened summit as if it had been scorched by fire. There was a massive split rock nearby with signs of water erosion in the middle of the desert. And close to the base of the mountain, he found a strange circular stone structure, surrounded by rocks carved with images of bulls and cattle, reminders perhaps of the golden calf story from Exodus chapter 32. But Wyatt's findings were dismissed. Why? Because he wasn't from a university. He wasn't officially recognized. And most of all, the area he entered was strictly off-limits, deep within the Saudi desert. Few took his claims seriously until now. Fast forward to recent years. A new group of researchers, this time secular scientists, many of them openly atheist, received rare permission from the Saudi government to study old trade routes and tribal paths in remote desert regions. They weren't looking to prove anything biblical. They were just following ancient markers, geography, and history. But what they found shocked them. One geologist from Europe publicly said, "We came here as scientists, not believers. But the features we are seeing match exactly what the book of Exodus describes. It's unsettling." They discovered a mountain with a scorched top, literally burned rock with no signs of volcanic activity. A massive split rock that showed undeniable signs of water erosion, though it's in one of the driest places on Earth. A stone altar-like structure with carvings of bulls, reminiscent of the golden calf idol. Stone markers around the mountain, just like the ones God told Moses to place to keep people from getting too close. Exodus chapter 19, verse 12. And even strange ancient inscriptions carved into stones, untouched for thousands of years. The evidence was stacking up, fast. Let's compare what the scientists found with the Bible. Exodus chapter 17, verse 6 says, "Behold, I will stand before you there on the rock in Horeb, and you shall strike the rock, and water shall come out of it, that the people may drink." And Exodus chapter 19, verse 18 tells us, "Mount Sinai was covered with smoke, because the Lord descended on it in fire." the smoke billowed up from it like smoke from a furnace, and the whole mountain trembled violently. These aren't vague stories anymore. Suddenly, we have real, physical locations, burned mountain peaks, split rocks with signs of water, stone altars, that fit the descriptions almost line for line. And this isn't just being said by believers, but by people who came to the region without faith, looking only for facts. One of the researchers later posted a chilling comment online. "Everything we thought we knew is being turned upside down. We went to debunk myths. Now we are the ones who can't sleep at night." What would cause someone with no faith to write something like that? You might be wondering, if all this is true, why isn't it headline news? There are a few possible reasons. First, Saudi Arabia has always been careful with who they allow into certain regions. Their historical narratives are rooted in Islamic traditions and highlighting a site that confirms Jewish, and by extension, Christian, scripture could be seen as controversial. Second, there's a lot of academic pride on the line. For decades, scholars have insisted that Mount Sinai is in Egypt. Changing that now would mean admitting a massive mistake. Textbooks, tourism, documentaries, they would all need to be rewritten. And lastly, some people just don't want the Bible to be proven true. But as Jesus said in Luke chapter 19 verse 40, if they keep quiet, the stones will cry out. And that's what seems to be happening. Even the Saudi government is starting to take notice. According to reports, they've begun placing fences and surveillance cameras around the mountain, possibly to protect or control access to the site. More questions are rising. Will more excavations be allowed? Will international scholars acknowledge the growing evidence? Or will the world continue trying to bury this story under the sand, just like it was for thousands of years? One Swedish researcher who visited the site said, "You don't have to believe in the Bible to see that something extraordinary happened here. The rocks speak. The carvings testify. The mountain still bears the marks." Psalm chapter 85 verse 11 says, "Truth shall spring out of the earth, and righteousness shall look down from heaven." And that's what appears to be happening now. Truth is rising out of the rocks, from the dust of a forgotten mountain in Saudi Arabia. A place once thought empty and lifeless may now be the very mountain where God met Moses, where fire touched the earth, and where commandments were given to shape all of human history. This isn't just a story about history. It's a story about truth. And sometimes, that truth comes from the most unexpected sources, even from atheists. We may just be at the beginning of something big. If this site truly is Mount Sinai, then it proves that the Bible isn't just a spiritual book. It's also a historical document, one whose accuracy continues to be confirmed, stone by stone. So, what happens next? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure. The desert is speaking. The mountain is calling. And even those who didn't believe are now left without answers. Don't let this story stay buried. Like, subscribe, and share this video so others can see what the world is only beginning to uncover. Let's keep seeking the truth together, because the past is not just history, it's proof. Until next time, stay curious, stay faithful, and keep your eyes on the horizon. The truth is out there, hidden, but waiting to be found.